Welcome back to another episode of Broad Talks, where we talk all things football and watches, joined by my co-host Kieran.
Yes, H, how you doing, bro?
Good, man. I'm good.
I'm looking forward to this show today. Today we're going to do something different. Richard Mille collaborations.
Yeah, going through a few of their collaborations.
Yeah, you know, Richard Mille, I've known for always, doing a collaboration with a sports person, musicians and artistry. And so I think it'd be good to go through different models. And, we're massive RM fans, right? So I think it'd be a good episode for us to talk about.
I feel like RM's a bit of a niche in the market in terms of it's not loved by everyone, but it's a big boy. Like it's still got its respect, but not everyone. Like a lot of watch collectors either love or hate it.
Yeah, I'd say many of the older generation don't like RM. It's very more of a new generation brand.
But the new style collectors, like a lot of footballers, a lot of sportsmen, they love the RMs.
Yeah, they do, because obviously it's
rappers,
very funky, very out there. The materials, the colours, it's very well branded. Mm-hmm. And me, I've always been a massive fan of RM, so I think it'd be good to go through models.
And they're very particular about how many watches they put out a year, who they deal with, who they sell to, and the collaborations they do. So
and also what I like about RM as well, they don't always go for the so-called pin-up guy when they do their collaborations.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And I think that leads us on to our first one.
Very first one
that I've got. It's the Johan Blake, the RM 6101.
There we go, which is a great watch.
So they've designed it, obviously, to his Jamaican colours.
Also, the claws. No Blake with always the claw celebration. So on the dial has 3 claws, right? And when it first came out, obviously the black and Jamaican colours, but they did different combinations of it, all black and white interior.
So like you said, they don't always go for the top man, because when you think fastest man in the world,
you think Bolt.
You think Usain Bolt. But they've done it for the second fastest man in the world.
Yeah, and I think it works.
I think it does too.
And the Blake's a popular model. It's always been a popular model. My favourite one of Blake is RM61 Chrono Passion with the black with the white inside, which is a great combination. And that's limited edition to 50 pieces, I think, that watch there. But no, as you said, the collaboration with Blake, I think it's been a success. It's done well, and it's a good seller.
Yeah, and it's big money.
Yeah.
Next one. Have you got one on your mind? Maybe one of the most iconic ones.
Okay, let's start off with Richard Mille. The most iconic is obviously RM11 Felipe Massa. Okay. So as we know, Richard Mille has always been an F1 guy, and he's still around F1 to this day. Sponsors it. He's there. He's he loves everything about motor racing, right? Le Mans, and obviously when he made the RM11 Felipe Massa. Obviously, Felipe Massa is a famous driver, F1 driver, Brazilian driver. There's been so many different combinations of Felipe Massa, but for me, that was the very first collaboration they did where it was like, it's number one. RM11, when you think of Richard Mille, you think RM11, first thing you think of.
A lot of people, like when they list them as well, they just put RM11 FM, and like not a lot of people know that's like, it's so ingrained in Richard Mille culture that not a lot of people remember that. It's actually like, that's the Felipe Massa.
Yeah, he was one of the trailblazers, Felipe Massa. I'm sure Mr. Richard Mille would say that himself, And even then, like to pick Felipe Massa, why Felipe Massa? Why not pick someone else in that around that time? Do you know what I'm saying? Because Felipe Massa's never really been a number one driver. He's been one at a time. He's won races.
That match their energy and their story, don't they?
Yeah, but RM11 iconic.
Which one's your favourite in terms of all of his models?
Out of RM11s,
yeah,
definitely Black Knight. RM11 Black Knight, NTPT material. I think 150 pieces made. That's probably my favourite Felipe Massa made. Black Knight. Sorry to interrupt you guys. I know you're watching the video and having a great time, but please help us to achieve 10,000 subscribers.
Please like, comment, and subscribe, and enjoy the rest of the video. Carrying on from, let's stick to F1 maybe. Another collab that's happened more recently, the RM McLaren collab, the RM1103.
Yeah.
Edition.
I'm wearing like the McLaren colours now, orange and black. For me, the RM1103 McLaren is definitely the best 1103 made on the eye. Yeah. The only thing I'd say negative about that, the colours, the combination, the colourway is amazing. The only thing negative I'd say about that watch, They made too many. I think the production's 500.
You think that's too many?
I think they should have done less because it would have made it a bit more special.
I'm pretty sure RM only release 5,000 a year.
Yeah,
so
something like. Or is it 3,000 a year?
No, one of the two.
Oh, really?
But so you're telling me it's like 10% of the watches that year?
Yeah, I think obviously they don't release them all at the same time, but I feel like they should have done it a little bit less. There's too many made, but that McLaren obviously F1 again, the combination, but also as well McLaren bought out a Speedtail RM4001 Speedtail. I think McLaren made these cars. Is it Porsche? Is it Porsche Speed? No, is that Porsche? That's McLaren. No, Speedtail's McLaren, right?
It's McLaren.
Yeah. They made there's another collaboration there. RM40 is a Speedtail. For me, that watch is great, but it's not a good seller. No one really. Remember, these watches are 800k, so it's a lot of money. The list is very, very high, but I do like the look of the RM40. I do believe it's very. People don't appreciate it.
And their relationship with McLaren, they make special particular watches for their McLaren drivers. Just quickly on that 1103, one of my favourite things about it is the crown.
Yeah,
they styled it after the wheel of the McLaren.
Yeah,
that's quite sick.
Yeah,
so when you look at it, you have all those little details.
And what's the racing driver right now for McLaren?
Lando Norris
and
Oscar Piastri, the Aussie, but Norris just won his first race
in Monaco.
No,
F1. No, Miami.
Yeah.
Is it Miami?
I can't remember which one it was.
I think it was Miami.
He had for the years he's been in F1, he's never won a race.
Yeah, I'm sure it's Miami
this year.
But his watch, he wears the RM67 RM67, right?
Yeah.
02. And he's got that orange one, but didn't he get stolen? Yeah.
It got stolen, but I'm pretty sure everyone saw it get stolen. They hunted him down. It was like a whole story that went viral online about him hunting down people were hunting down the people that robbed him. And he was like, people don't. I think he said openly, like, don't put yourself in harm's way. So for me, he's like, I can just.
Yeah, he gets another one. He's sponsored by them, and as you said, once his watches, obviously it's stolen now, so no one's going to take it anyway.
Exactly. Next one, Bubba Watson.
Oh, when you think of this is another one. You think of RM, you think of Bubba, right? The way RM55, white.
Never been the best golfer either. Obviously, he's won the Masters. He's a great golfer.
I don't know about that. Yeah, he's great.
But when you think
but when he was sponsored by RM, he hadn't won the Masters then when he first started off.
They did well then. They
did very well. So what happens with RM55? Bubba doesn't wear the RM55. Bubba wears the RM38, the tourbillon version, which is much more money. But I feel like what RM do, which is great, because they know most people can't afford the tourbillon versions of these watches, so they make the cheaper versions, right?
Yeah.
So the RM55 is definitely one of the most asked about watches to us.
Yeah.
When people want RM, they say they want a Bubba, a white one or a black one.
It's definitely one of the most iconic.
It's definitely. They do make limited edition combinations, but the RM Bubba white one is not a limited edition watch.
So do you think that the one that he wears is more durable, obviously, because a lot of the time he wears it while playing golf.
Yes.
And it brings me on to our next one, the Nadal.
Ah.
So he, like mentioning the baby Nadal, the RM35. That's like as you say, like the 55. That's the one that's been produced to sell more to people. But he wears a tourbillon, right?
Yeah. So he wears the RM. So he at the moment he just bought a new one out recently.
They keep coming.
They just keep coming out. They keep coming out. But Nadal, for me, when I think of RM now, he's like the pin-up guy. Nadal,
yeah,
definitely. As you said, I think I
feel like he's the second biggest after Felipe Massa.
I think he's taken that crown. I think he's taken that crown. I think he's taken that crown. The RM27, the black one, the tourbillon was the first tourbillon watch they did for him, which is amazing. Then they went 2701, 2702, 2703.
So these are the ones that he wears while he actually.
These are the one he plays. These are the more expensive ones, the £1 million watches. But the ones that we can afford, as you said, the RM35, the Baby Nadal was the first one. Then they bought out the RM3501 NTPT, which is probably one of the best watches RM have come out with. Then they went to RM3502, skeletonized, automatic, great watch. Mega watch. So for me, the Nadals are the best watches RM have done. Am I going to say? I think
best
so.
Collab. I think it's their best collab.
Definitely their best collab. I think Felipe Massa will always be a soft spot because he was one of the first ones.
Now I'm moving on to probably one of their most exclusive collabs, the Pharrell Williams. RM5205.
Yeah.
The Spaceman.
Spaceman is amazing. It sums Pharrell up, right? He's
got an obsession with Star Trek and Star Wars. Loves that. Loves space travel. So they wanted to do something where they could both have a passion for. And
they produced a masterpiece.
Really,
it's
nice
been
watch.
A really great watch. It's mad. I've never sold one. No. I'm really upset about it because I do love that watch.
That's what I'm saying. Like when we took, it might not be the most famous collaboration, but it's probably the most exclusive.
Yeah, and the Pharrell, obviously the dial as well. It's got the moon face.
Yeah,
the astronaut.
The astronaut.
And behind the helmet, there's a tourbillon there, and you don't even know that.
Yeah,
which is sick, right?
It's a big time watch.
It is a lovely, lovely watch, and they definitely got that combination.
What do you think of the color of the case? I think it's cool as well. It's different. It's like bronze.
Yeah, it's like that bronze color. I think it's cool. I think it's cool.
Strap.
It sums RM up and Pharrell. Obviously, they've worked together close.
It's a perfect little link.
Yeah, they've worked close together, hand in hand, and that, as you said, that link up was amazing. But for me,
your favorite one,
my favorite collab with RM, which they've done by far, RM 6801, the Congo.
Yeah,
we'll put a picture up so everyone can see. Yeah, Cyril Congo is a street artist in France. Obviously, on each dial of the watch is unique. So there's 30 pieces made of this watch. It's a tourbillon. I think it's like a million. List was like 800.
Each one's different design. Yeah.
Each one is a different design, which I like. So if you buy one, there's no one in the world. So
there's only 30 made, but there's only actually one made.
There you go. They're all piece uniques, and they've all got different colorways. You know, obviously he's a street artist. He's done all these different colors.
Really cool, like when you do it with street artists, because it opens up so many like doors into designing. Like they've had input on the design.
Yeah, of course. He creates the dial, how he spray paints or whatever he did, how he did it or painted on there. For me, that's my best looking RM collab. And if I could buy any RM, that would be the one for me personally.
Crazy.
And not that it's the most expensive, but it's the one I like the most. The one that I think it's great. They're piece uniques.
So looking at the list of collabs we've had already. And looking at the type of people they have, and a lot of them are sportsmen. So let's keep it to sportsmen. Obviously, we've had Cyril and Pharrell. Who's next?
Who's going to be the next collab?
Who do you think in the world right now should be next to collab with Richard Mille?
Oh, such a hard question because it's great that
who embodies sort of Richard Mille?
Yeah,
in this day and age, because
you know
an easy question would be Ronaldo. But that's not what they do.
Yeah, they don't do that.
They don't go for the GOAT.
They don't go for the GOATs. LeBron James or something like that. All these great people.
It'd be too easy.
Oh, it's a good question. That is. Who would you say?
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry, but Steph Curry's a GOAT, bro.
Yeah, but you got the upper echelon, don't you, of like GOAT of basketball? And
yeah,
he's just on that tier below, maybe.
Nah, that's a bad shout. Steph Curry's.
What about football? Keep it football.
Keep it football.
Who do you think?
I'm gonna say Tony Cruz.
Okay.
You know, because he's under the radar. Obviously, he's a great footballer. Won so many trophies. Respected. He's not the Ronaldo, the Messi. But I'm gonna say Tony Cruz for my RM collaboration.
Okay, I'm going to go for a bit of a cult hero.
Go on then.
Zlatan. I know he's a legend, but he's not like outrageous numbers, but he's a bit of a cult hero in terms of...
He is.
I think that would suit our collab with Zlatan.
That would be great. Because they've done football collaboration already with Mancini. 1103 Mancini.
And that makes sense.
Yeah. That would be a great collab.
Because there's no time sooner you're going to see the Richard Mille, Arsene Wenger.
No.
No, Mancini makes sense.
Yeah.
Suave.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it is a great watch, the Mancini. But Mancini's been there from a while because even before 1103, there's RM11 Mancinis.
Yeah.
So he's been associated with RM for a long time now, Mancini.
Yeah, it's definitely that European sort of side to him.
Yeah.
So I reckon they should give Zlatan a shout then.
That's a great shout.
Yeah.
That'd be a great combo. But what they do Nadal, that overhead kick he did against England, that'd be a shout.
Yeah?
That'd be sick.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Or then they maybe should do one with the Swedish colours.
Yeah.
He loves the lion. He always says, don't compare me to humans.
Yeah. I think Zlatan's a great character.
Yeah.
And he's...
If anyone's going to promote it, it's going to be him.
For sure.
That's been it, man. That's been the collaboration.
You know what? I've really enjoyed that collaboration episode. We need to do more collaboration with other watches.
Well, I think AP must be next then.
Let's do AP next, bro.
Let's do AP next.
Lovely.
Guys, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.